Okay, you know the feeling. You're in a great meeting, everything's on track, and then someone has this absolutely brilliant idea that's completely off topic. We've all been there, right? Well, today we're going to dig into a fantastic framework from Adrienne Barker over at Professional Global Etiquette. She's all about getting things done, and she gives us a super clear playbook for handling those exact moments.
The energy in the room is high, you're crushing the agenda, and then, bam, a game-changing idea just drops out of nowhere. You know you can't lose it, but you also can't afford to get totally sidetracked. So, what do? What's the right call?
So here's the plan. We're going to break down this exact dilemma. We'll look at why you'd want to stay focused, but also why you might want to take immediate action. Then we'll get into how to make that tough call, and we'll wrap up with a practical playbook you can literally use in your next meeting. Okay, so at the heart of this whole thing, you've got two completely different ways of thinking about how to handle those valuable but distracting ideas. On one side, you've got this cool blue corner, the parking lot. This is the disciplined approach. You capture the idea to talk about later so you can stay focused. But then over in this vibrant orange corner, you have ship it now. And this is all about acting immediately to grab that creative momentum while it's hot. So let's talk about the parking lot first. And, this isn't just about being organized. It's actually a really powerful way to show respect for your team's time and the goal you all agreed on. And that's really the core of it, right? The parking lot is like a social contract. It's a promise. It's you saying to your team, hey, your idea is valuable. We're not going to forget it. We're just going to handle it at the right time. It tells people, we see you, we hear you, and we will get to this. And the benefits are pretty clear. It keeps the meeting on track. It stops that dreaded meeting sprawl where you're suddenly talking about everything and nothing. It prevents our brains from getting fried trying to switch topics. And maybe most importantly, it creates a space where everyone feels safe to share an idea, even if it's a little out there, because they know it'll be captured. But, and this is a big but, here's the risk. Without a clear system for following up, that parking lot can easily become a graveyard where good ideas go to die. The problem isn't the parking lot itself, it's what happens or doesn't happen after the meeting. Okay, so let's flip the script and talk about the ship it now mindset. The whole argument here is that speed and momentum. Well, that's the ultimate form of respect. Respect for the customer and for the team's creative spark. And this is such a powerful point. Think about it. When a team is always pushing things off for later, it's just demoralizing. But actually shipping something, finishing it, that creates this incredible energy and a real feeling that you're making a difference. It's proof that you're not just talking, you're doing. And the benefits here are huge. You catch that lightning in a bottle when inspiration strikes. You get real value to your customers faster. And you totally avoid getting stuck in that analysis paralysis loop where you plan forever but never actually build anything. Of course, there's a catch here too. Acting too fast can lead to sloppy work, which just creates a bigger mess down the road. It's basically bad manners to your future self and your teammates to leave a half-baked project for them to clean up. So how in the world do you choose? Well, it all comes down to context. Let's walk through two really common scenarios where the stakes are pretty high. This one illustrates the trade-off perfectly. Okay, picture this. Your team is about to finish a new checkout flow. Someone suddenly suggests a complete pricing overhaul. Parking it means you hit your deadline, but shipping it, maybe by starting a quick 48-hour prototype, could unlock a massive win. It's that classic risk versus reward decision. Now check out this nonprofit example. See how context is everything? If the biggest, most important deadline is the annual gala, you parked that new CRM idea. But if a huge fundraising opportunity is about to disappear forever, you ship a small pilot version of that CRM right now to grab that money. The right choice is all about what's happening outside the meeting room. So, how do you make the right call when you're in the heat of the moment? You can't just guess. You need a system. So let's build one right now. Here it is. It's super simple, but incredibly powerful. It's called the 2-minute test. When a new idea comes up, first, just acknowledge it so the person feels heard. Then ask this question. Can we figure out its value and what to do next in less than 2 minutes? If the answer is yes, make the call right then and there. If not, you park it. But, and this is key, you park it with a clear next step. And if you do park it, this is how you make sure it's an active system, not an idea graveyard. Every single item needs these 5 things. A clear title, why it matters, what's the impact, who is the owner, what's the due date for an update, and crucially, What is the very next step? This simple table turns a vague thought into a real, accountable action plan. Now, shipping now doesn't mean just causing chaos. It means disciplined action. And to do it right, you need guardrails. First, time box it. Give it a strict deadline. Then, define success. What does a win actually look like? Pre-commit to a decision based on the outcome. And please, have a revert plan. Know how you're going to undo it if it doesn't work out. This keeps you moving fast without breaking things. And here's where you get really serious. You can actually measure this stuff. You should be tracking what percentage of your parked items get closed out within 30 days. If that number is low, that's a massive red flag. It means your process is broken and good ideas are slipping through the cracks. It's a simple, powerful health check for your whole team culture. So what's the big takeaway here? The goal isn't to be a parking lot team or a ship it now team. The goal is to be a professional, flexible team that has mastered both moves. You know when to park with ownership and you know when to ship with guardrails. And just a reminder, this whole brilliant framework for smart, disciplined action comes from Adrienne Barker at Professional Global Etiquette. She's an expert at creating these kinds of clear, useful rules for how we work today. So I'll leave you with this question to think about for your own team. Which default do you need to practice more? Are you great at focus, but maybe a little too slow to act? Or are you all about action, but could probably use a little more discipline? Give it some thought. Thanks for tuning in.